Welcome and thank you for joining me. Sitting down in a comfortable sitting position of your choice. Your back nice and straight, feeling yourself well grounded. And with your eyes closed, starting to soften around the eyes and the jaw. Slowly starting to draw your awareness down into the body with each outgoing breath. And feeling yourself gently grounding. Starting to gently relax down into your shoulders, feeling the shoulders dropping away from the ears. And as you inhale, feeling yourself lengthening up through the side body from the hips to the underarms. And as you're exhaling, gently releasing. And with your eyes closed, not focusing so much on the screen and more feeling that presence of me beside you or in front of you. Being aware of your surroundings. And taking this opportunity to also be the witness to any thoughts that might be arising. And visualizing and detaching your awareness from your thoughts. And visualizing them like clouds in the sky, gently floating by. And be the sky. Any worries or any stress you might be holding on to, feeling your outgoing breath, just letting go a little bit more. Now drawing your awareness out of the mind and down into the breath. And noticing how your breath is feeling today. Feeling into the rhythm and the movement of your breath. Flowing in through the nostrils, filling into the lungs and breathing out through the nostrils. Noticing if one nostril is slightly stronger than the other. And now starting to invite the breath into the back body and feeling the back body receiving that breath. As you breathe all the way up in behind the shoulder blades, all the way up into your upper back. Expand into the side ribs and open up through the chest. And as you exhale, soften the chest, relaxing down into your side body and softening the breath from the upper back all the way down into your lower back. Breathing in into your upper back, side ribs, open up through the chest, and as you exhale, consciously softening. Try not to force the breath, just allow it to come. With your next breath, we're gently going to start to breathe into the count of 4. Hold for the count of 2 and release for the count of 4. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, mentally counting yourself all the way up into your upper back, to the side ribs and feeling the chest opening. Hold there for a count of 2 and slowly start to relax the chest, the count of 4, side ribs and upper back. Doing this 2 more times at your own pace, mentally counting to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 2 and gently release for the count of 4. One more time. And then coming back into your natural breath. And noticing any subtle changes within the space of your breath in the body. And then we're going to slowly take a deep breath in. And as we breathe in, we're gently going to lift the arms all the way up. And then we're going to slowly exhale, lowering the arms back down. Inhale, lifting up. Stretching all the way up through the side body. And then exhale, slowly releasing. You're going to dangle the fingers down onto the ground. Take a slow, long, deep breath into the body. And as you slowly exhale, we're going to bring your left ear down towards our left shoulder, lengthening through the right arm. You're going to inhale, lifting the head up, and then exhaling over to the opposite shoulder. Wiggling the fingers, just feeling yourself releasing, lengthening down through the opposite arm. Inhale, lifting the head up, consciously lengthening all the way up. And one more time down to the left shoulder, wiggling the fingers. Even if you want to give your head a little bit of a nod. So just noticing where you can feel it within the space of your neck. Bringing the ear back to the shoulder and then lifting the head up and then going over to the opposite side. And again, just giving yourself a little bit of a nod. You might find that really nice juicy space in the neck and the arms that you might not be aware of. And then you're going to inhale, draw the ear towards the shoulder and lift the head up. Raise the arms all the way up and over the head. Going to exhale, gently twisting to the right side. Inhale, lifting the arms up and exhaling, looking over towards your left shoulder. Doing this 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, looking over to the shoulder. One more time. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lifting up and exhaling, making this our last one over the left side. Inhale, lifting the arms up and then exhale, moving the air away from the body. Rolling the shoulders around the neck. Take a moment to close your eyes. Checking down into your body. How the neck is feeling. And then we're going to slowly go into a nice little head roll, bringing the chin towards your chest. Gently rolling the head around the shoulders. Please take it very slow if you feel a little bit tight in the neck, only making little circles. Or if you would prefer to do only half circles. So as you're gently rolling the head around the shoulders, you can start to involve the rest of the body, opening up through the chest, and as you exhale, leaning a little bit more forward. Enjoy the breath here. Inhaling as the head lifts and exhaling as it gently lowers. And doing this one more time, and as you exhale, chin towards the chest, rolling the head around the opposite direction. Really feeling into the back body, feeling into the front body. And gently starting to slow down. As the chin comes back to the chest, just pause there for a moment. Inhaling, lifting up through the crown of the head. Opening out through the lungs, and as you exhale, releasing the energy down into the arms and out through the fingers. Closing your eyes. Feeling into your energy body. And then opening your eyes, looking downwards. And we're going to keep our knees bent. We're going to bend our knees and our feet are going to be in contact with the floor. So I'm going to turn onto the side so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold on to the shins, interlock my fingers there with my back nice and straight. We're going to slowly bring the chin down towards our chest. Feeling yourself stretching into the back of the neck and the skin. And then as you inhale, I want you like you to lift the head up. Exhaling down. And inhaling, lifting up. And noticing how this feels. Opening up through the mouth, feeling yourself stretching through the front of the neck and the back of the neck. Doing this one more time. And as the chin comes down to the chest, pause there for a moment. Take a beautiful breath into the back body, feeling yourself expanding the skin on the back body. And then slowly inhale, lifting the head up. And this time we're going to bring the right hand over to the left knee, and we're going to extend the left arm and the hand behind us, keeping the back nice and straight. Look over towards the shoulder. And we're going to swap sides, looking over towards the opposite shoulder. Doing this one more time on each side. And then back over to the right side. Then inhaling, coming back to the center. Take a long, deep breath in. And a slow, long breath out. Releasing the fingers, separating the feet out to the width of your yoga mat. And now we're going to lift up through the crown, keeping the hands nice and connected to the floor. And we're just gently going to drop the knees over towards the left side. Just pause there for a moment. Allow that right hip to become nice and relaxed. Inhale, lifting the knees up and going over to the opposite side. Again, closing your eyes, take your awareness down into the hips. Inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling over to the opposite side. Keeping the chest nice and open. Don't feel you have to collapse the chest. Keep it nice and open. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling up and exhaling down. This time I'd like you to bring the foot that's closer to the knee up onto the foot, onto the knee. If that feels comfortable for you, if not, keep it down on the ground, okay? Take a deep breath in, opening it up, drawing the breath all the way down into the hip. Even drawing the breath into the organ body. Use your outgoing breath to gently soften. Relaxing down into the face, relaxing the shoulders. Now bringing the foot off the knee, lifting both of the knees up and going over to your opposite side. Again, if it feels comfortable on the knees and the hip, you can bring the foot up onto the top of the knee. And again, close your eyes. Expanding the breath down into the hips, into the belly. Wherever you feel that you need a little bit more prana, a little bit more energy within your system. If you're doing a lot of sitting down on a chair or driving around, this is quite a nice one to relax down into the hips. Staying here for another 3 more breaths. Enjoy the breath. And then slowly releasing the knees, the foot, bringing both of the knees together, extending both of the legs out in front of you, giving them a nice little bang. Relaxing into your toes, hands behind your back, feeling down into the legs, into the hips. Taking a slow, long breath in. And a slow, long breath out. Opening your eyes, looking downwards. And grabbing your shawl or a belt that you had gone and got. So coming down onto the ground, we're going to start by gently starting by into constructive rest with both of the knees bent and the heels in line with the sitting bones. Maybe just resting the hands onto the hips for a moment. Relaxing into your shoulders, lengthening through the back of the neck. Softening around the eyes and releasing any tension from the eyebrow center and the tongue. Going to extend our right leg up into the air and just feel that need. Well, I feel that need to rotate my ankles whenever my feet go up into the air. So give ourselves a nice little play within the feet. And going the opposite direction. Just to move the energy around in the legs. And then slowly draw the toes towards the head and placing the belt or your cloth over the lungs of the feet, so just below the toes. And your choice where you want to be within this space, you can always extend the leg down onto the floor, or you can keep the knees bent, the opposite, the left knee bent. So tonight I'm going to keep my left knee bent. And so I'm going to hold on to the shawl or my belt with my left hand, extend my right arm out to the side, and we're going to gently draw the leg over to the left side of the body. Closing your eyes. Giving yourself a nice little flare within the toes, lengthen through the heel. It doesn't have to be a big, long stretch. Take a slow, long, deep breath in and a slow, long breath out. And now slowly starting to bring your right leg up. And this time I would like you to place your left hand onto your left thigh, and you're just gently going to start to draw both of the knees away from each other. So the right leg out to the right side, as well as the left knee down out to the side. Your choice, you can bring the foot off the floor if you want to as well, to get a little bit more of a deeper stretch into your inner thighs. Take a slow, long, deep breath here and a slow, long breath out. Again, moving into the right toes, lengthening out through the right heel. Noticing what the breath is doing. Flattening into the shoulder blades. And now we're going to bring both of the knees together. Going to release the belt from our right foot and laying both of the legs back down in Shavasana. Closing your eyes and taking your awareness down into the right leg, as well as observing the feelings down into the left leg. As you take a deep breath in, bending both of the knees once again, extending the left leg all the way up into the air, hands onto the hips, and gently starting to rotate into your left ankle. Again, being familiar how the left leg is feeling from the toes and all the way down into the thighs. And then going the opposite direction. And then slowing that movement down. And now grabbing your belt or your shawl and placing it again just below the toes. Flaring the toes towards the head space. And this time holding on to your belt or your shawl with your right hand as you extend your left arm out to the side. And again, your choice if you'd like to extend the leg, but tonight I'm going to keep my knee bent. And we're going to slowly draw the left leg over to the right side. And you might notice that that right hip will come up and the right buttock just a little bit. And that's fine, just allow yourself to observe. Make sure you're not overstretching within that space. Closing your eyes. Noticing how the left leg is feeling. Letting go of any tightness around the face. And flattening into the shoulder blades, feeling them well grounded. Oh, how lovely. So now bringing the leg back up, holding onto the belt or your shawl with your left hand. We're going to hold on to our right knee. You can bring the foot up if you'd like to, or you can keep it on the ground. And then we're going to go out to a nice V. Yeah. Again, with each outgoing breath, feeling yourself letting go of any tension, any tightness you might be holding on to. As your awareness travels down through your space of the body, now slowly starting to bring both of your legs and your knees back together, unraveling your belt and resting back down in Shavasana. Taking your awareness down into the left leg. With a curious mind how the right leg is feeling as well. And then starting to bend both of the knees. And we're going to roll all the way over onto our belly. And come up onto your elbows. Spread the fingers and the palms of the hand in contact with the floor. Going to go into a nice little gentle, relaxing backward bend into the Sphinx pose. So coming into this space with an open heart, being aware of the legs a little bit further away from each other, tops of the feet in contact with the floor. Keeping your eyes closed and feeling yourself squeezing into the shoulder blades behind the back body. Drawing the chest and the heart opening through the gates of the arms. And taking the focus to your eyebrow center as you start to consciously relax down into the base of the tongue, softening around the teeth. Staying here for another 3 more breaths. And then starting to draw your elbows out to the side. Resting the hands on top of each other. Join your big toes together as you rest your forehead down onto the hands. Allowing the heels to drop out to the sides. Softening into your lower back as you encourage the breath all the way down into the belly. Taking one more full deep breath here. Exhaling, feeling yourself well grounded. And sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into the hands. Walk the knees underneath and the hips as you join the big toes together, resting back down into Shashankasana. Snuggling the belly down in between your thighs. Bringing the forehead down to the floor. Again, consciously breathe all the way down into the lower back and the pelvis. And then slowly starting to invite the body back up underneath the hands and the knees as you come into the nice cat pose. Spreading the fingers, coming into the nice tabletop first to feel how the spine is feeling, drawing the tailbone slightly down. Going to inhale, looking forward, arching the back down. And then slowly as you exhale, chin towards your chest, I'm going to gently draw your pelvis down towards the heels, just a fraction. Feel the weight of the tailbone and the buttocks, the pelvis, lengthening a little bit more into your lower back. Then inhale, drawing the chest between the arms. Exhaling, back down again. Remembering to make your own pose here if it feels comfortable to do something else. Lengthening through the arms a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling. Do this 2 more times. Inhale and deeply up, and as you exhale, feeling yourself grounding back down into the tailbone. One more time. And exhaling down. Inhaling, turning your toes under and lifting up into that beautiful downward facing dog. Where we see life a little bit more upside down. So starting to paddle the feet. Being really courageous and a little bit more dancey within the hips, the backs of the legs. And then starting to walk the feet towards the hands. And resting here for a moment, just allow the head to be nice and heavy. Relaxing down onto the legs. And starting to bend the knees and gently take your time to slowly unroll. Coming all the way back up. Opening up through the chest. And exhale, grounding back down into your feet. Making sure your feet are in line with your hips. So remembering that technique of the feet together and drawing the toes out, and then draw the heels behind the toes. Standing in Samasthiti and feeling yourself grounding down into the feet. Taking your awareness up through the legs and feeling the muscles of the legs hugging the bones of the legs. Drawing your tailbone down. As you're breathing in, lifting up through the ribs. As you exhale, navel back towards your spine. Rolling shoulders down. And the fingers down beside the body, head floating on top. And now we're going to inhale, lift our arms up and over the head. We're going to hold on to our left wrist, yeah? And we're going to lean over to the right side. As we lean over to the right side, I want you to drop that left armpit down, the head down, relax into the jaw, soften into the base of the tongue. Breathing into that left lung. Inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the arms up, holding on to the right wrist, leaning over to the left side. And again, dropping down into that armpit. Relax the head, relax the base of the tongue. Breathing into that left and into the right lung. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, moving both of the arms and the air away from the body. Rolling the shoulders around. And standing with your eyes closed. Feeling down into the side body. Feeling into the expansion of the ribs and the breath. into your upper body and noticing any subtle changes there. Taking a slow, long, beautiful breath into the body. And exhale, gently release. And again, if you can grab your shawl or your belt. And we're going to separate the feet a little bit further away from each other so we feel nice and supported in the hips as well as down into the legs. We're going to hold on to the belt or your shawl. We're going to extend the arms out to a nice big V. And as we've done in class before, we're going to gently draw the arms back behind us. So only go to where you feel comfortable, especially if you're holding a lot of tension in the shoulders. Really lovely, opening up through the chest. Keep the chin slightly down. Try to not lift the lower ribs. So keep the lower big lips, the lower ribs back into the belly a little bit. Only working into the shoulders. And slowly inhale, lifting the arms all the way back up. Exhale, relaxing the arms back down. Stand for a moment, noticing what you notice in the energy and the sensations around the shoulders. And now we're going to do it one more time, lifting up. And exhale, dropping the arms back. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, away from the ears. Try not to drop the arms fully back, keeping them nice, slightly hold onto the tension of your belt or your shawl. Again, going through, grounding down into the feet. Keeping the pelvis nicely supported, navel back towards your spine, lower ribs towards the belly. And staying here for another 2 more breaths. Explore into the expansion of the breath. Then inhaling, lifting the arms all the way back up. And exhale, releasing that belt. And placing the belt beside you or away from you. And giving the arms a nice little dangle. Loosening up. And standing again with your feet directly underneath your hips. Take a moment to observe. Feeling into the sensations in the physical body. And now we're going to go down into the magical roll down. So I'm going to turn onto the side so you can see. So we're going to start by bending into our knees, allowing our arms to be nicely dangly, navel back towards our spine, chin towards our chest, and we're going to gently roll like a little curve, rolling all the way down, feeling yourself drawing that tailbone down just to lengthen a little bit more into your lower back. Rolling all the way down, nice and soft. Going down to where you feel comfortable, keep the head nice and relaxed. Softening yourself all the way down. As you come all the way down to where it feels right, just make sure the head is nice and relaxed. The arms are nice and heavy and relaxed. Take a deep breath into the upper body, and as you exhale, soften a little bit more. Be aware of the activity in the legs.
Then start to press into the feet and feeling that beautiful inner spiral of energy coming up through the legs as you slowly start to gently unroll. Coming all the way back up, straightening up through the legs, lifting the arms up and over the head. And as you exhale, releasing the arms back out to the sides. This time we're going to go down on either side. So starting by, which side? Go down to our right side. Going to bring our chin towards our chest, bend the knees. Be aware of the arms and the hands nice and level. Rolling all the way down. And again, just take it slow. No need to rush in this pose. It's very therapeutic for your back body. Allowing the front body to surrender as you start to release and to relax. Try not to let the head lead the pose. Allow the upper body to gently start to release as it leads the pose. Take a full deep breath here. And a slow, long breath out. Pressing into the feet, starting to slowly uncurl. Lifting yourself up, opening up the arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, moving away any dense energy around you. Bringing the hands over to the left side. As you exhale, knees bent, chin towards our chest, and slowly rolling all the way down. Along the left leg, once again, be aware of the hands level with each other. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. As you come all the way down, breathing into your upper back, and as you exhale, release as you relax. Inhale, slowly starting to lift yourself all the way back up. Reaching up towards the sky once again. And moving away any dense energy. Creating your own space. Bring the feet back underneath the hips. Closing your eyes. Noticing what you can feel. Noticing any change in the breath. Take a slow, long, beautiful breath in as you exhale, releasing down into your back body. All the way down into the buttocks and the heels. Lovely. Now we're going to extend both of the legs out. Once again, you can move your mat around, or if you want to come onto the floor, whichever you prefer. And we're going to place our hands onto our hips. We're going to turn our left toes. I should really do this mirror image. I think you'll be on your right toes on this direction. So pressing down into your right foot, starting to bend into your right knee. Be quite nice and soft and nurturing within the hips and the pelvis. The back leg can come into a nice 45-degree angle if that feels comfortable. So as you're starting to bend into that right knee, I'd like you to walk the right foot a little bit more out to the side so you've got a nice open pelvis. Okay, it doesn't feel like it's twisted and distorted. Just allow yourself to be nice and soft within that pelvis. So we're going to slowly start to bend into that right knee. Keep the pelvis towards the front of your yoga mat.
Going to take a deep breath in. Going to slowly bend into the right knee, press down into that back leg, fold over onto the right thigh, and then slide your right hand down onto your right foot. With your left elbow and left shoulder, I want you to feel yourself opening up. Give your hip a nice little rub while you're here. Keep yourself nice and open through the chest. If that doesn't feel quite comfortable, you can draw your elbow onto the knee. Okay, and then we're going to start to roll the shoulder around. Remembering creating your own little safe space on your yoga mat. Keeping your focus on your balance. Rolling the shoulders around. Keep nice and strong in the legs. And then slowly as you inhale, hands back onto your hip. Looking down towards the floor, press into your right foot. Slide yourself all the way back up. Hands back up onto the hips. Turn both of the toes to the front. And stepping your feet back together again. Closing your eyes, grounding your energies. Stabilizing and resting into the breath. Bringing your hands back to your hips. Going to extend both of the legs once again out to either side. This time turning your left toes towards the side and coming into a nice 45-degree angle. As you start to bend into that front knee, again, drawing that foot a little bit more out to the edge of your yoga mat. Keeping your hands on your hips so you feel nice and square off to the front of your yoga mat. Taking a slow, long, deep breath in. As you exhale, bend into the knee. Folding over onto that left thigh. Sliding the left hand down. And then opening up through the chest. Lifting the arm up and starting to play a little bit of air guitar. Rolling the shoulders around. Keep nice and strong in the legs. So remembering to please make this your own practice if it doesn't suit your back. And doing one more big rotation. Opening up into the shoulders. Exhale. Hands back up onto the hips. Looking down to the floor. Pressing into that left foot. Sliding the hands back up. Turning the toes to the front. And then stepping the feet back together again. Closing your eyes. Remembering to breathe. Even feeling yourself drawing the breath up through the soles of the feet, all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feeling yourself releasing and letting go. And taking a slow, long breath into the body through both of your nostrils. And as you exhale, breathing down into the space of the back body, all the way back down into the heels. Now slowly opening your eyes, looking downwards, and coming down into a nice comfortable sitting position. So finding your space in a comfortable sitting position. As you close your eyes, take a moment to connect back into the breath and how the body is feeling. I would like you to start to gently rub the palms of your hands. Placing the palms of the hands around your neck. Taking one slow, long, deep breath in. And a slow, long breath out. Releasing and relaxing the hands back to your knees. So we're going to come into a nice little restorative pose before we go into a meditation. So if you've got a bolster or even a couple of cushions, don't really have to rush and grab those things. So just take your time. And what I'm going to get you to do with your bolster or a couple of cushions. So I know a couple of people really do love this pose. And it's a really lovely pose just to feel your inner space opening. So with your bolster or even a couple of pillows off your couch, placing your blanket on the top of your bolster. Make sure you've got an eye bag or a hand towel over your eyes, or even using that shawl over your eyes is perfectly fine too. Now, if you don't have a cushion or blanket, you could just gently rest onto the floor with your blanket supporting your spine. Okay. Oh, I just want to be adjusting and being there for you all. So what I'd like you to do is to snuggle up to your back with your cushions or your bolster. Place a blanket, a little blanket over you. So we're going to stay in this pose for probably I'd say about 3 to 5 minutes. So just make sure you feel comfortable and warm and cozy. As you rest yourself down over your bolster, placing the blanket underneath the head so that the chin's slightly down. So as the chin slightly lowers from the forehead, your brain and your mind automatically starts to feel relaxed. And placing your hand towel or even your shawl over your eyes so the light doesn't distract you from your inner space. You can have your feet slightly apart and your toes falling out to the sides. Create a bit of space in the air underneath the armpits and the side body. Spreading the fingers and then just allowing them to naturally curve and curl back. Closing your eyes. And starting to bring your awareness to each breath. With each outgoing breath, feeling yourself letting go. Nothing is more important in this moment to let go. With an open heart towards the night sky. So I'm going to leave you, but still be present as you're feeling yourself opening and having that space to breathe And after 3 minutes, I'm going to gently ring a little bell, just to bring you slowly coming back out of again. Listening to the sound of your breath. Being aware of every breath, quite unique and different in its own way. If your mind gets busy, inviting it back down into your space. Feeling into your whole body starting to release and open. Being aware of your whole body and how it feels. And with your own time, and your awareness. We're going to slowly bend into the knees. Resting the hands down onto the floor, so palms downwards, or even holding onto your thighs. Bring your chin towards your chest and starting to slowly uncurl. Moving the feet a little bit further away as you rest the belly onto your thighs and bowing the head down towards the knees. Inviting the breath into the back body now. Expanding into the side ribs. And then starting to gently, slowly uncurl. Turning to front and coming into a comfortable sitting position once again, using your blanket or even your bolster to sit on. Resting the hands down onto your knees. Drawing your awareness back into your body and the breath. Noticing any subtle changes within the nostrils. And starting with the practice of Nadi Shodham, the alternate nostril breathing. Bringing your 2 fingers to your eyebrow center. Blocking off your right nostril. Slowly start to breathe in through the left nostril. Bringing your ring finger to your left nostril, slowly starting to breathe out through your right nostril. Breathing in through the right nostril. And slowly starting to breathe out through the left nostril. Keep going with your breath, as well as mentally counting the breath coming into the body. Feeling that subtle pause just before you start to release the breath out through the opposite nostril. Keep going with each breath, remembering not to put too much force on the nostrils. You're gently touching just to block the breath. You're breathing in through the opposite nostril and slowly exhale. Just finding that gentle touch. And practicing Nadi Shodham for another 2 more rounds. Keeping you focused on the softness of the breath. And when you're making this your last round, finishing out through the left nostril. With your eyes closed. Taking your awareness and be the witness to what you notice with the eyebrow center. And taking a slow breath in and a slow long breath out. And now we're going to go into the practice of antimone. At this moment in the world, it's quite important to become aware of your senses, to come out of the mind, and also become aware of the elements around you. So your choice if you would like to lay down or if you prefer to sit up in this meditation, it's up to you. But just making sure that your phones are turned off, there's no distractions around you. And that you can find your inner space. So when you find that space laying down or sitting up, making sure your back is supported or your back is nice and straight. Anytime you feel like you're going to need a little bit of a movement, you can have a little Kit Kat movement, as I always like to call it. In your own space, you can be as loud as you want. So we're going to start by closing our eyes and just making sure you feel comfortable. Laying down in Shavasana or sitting up in a meditation pose. Closing your eyes and feeling yourself consciously starting to relax. Become aware of your whole body. Your whole body. Releasing any tension from your toes, your legs, your hips, your torso, the shoulders, the arms, and the fingers. Become aware of your whole body, relaxed and stable and tension-free. Your whole body is relaxed. You will now take your awareness down into each of your senses. Become aware of the whole body, and without moving, experience a sensation of touch. Become aware of the parts of the body that are in contact with the floor. Drawing your awareness all the way down into the feet as you start to feel the skin between the toes. Touching each other, or socks covering your feet. The texture of your pants touching your legs. The skin between the fingers touching each other. The contact of your clothes covering your upper body. The soft touch of your upper lip touching your lower lip. The tongue in contact with the roof of the mouth. The eyelids gently touching the lower part of the eyes. Be aware of the whole body, the sensations on the skin. Now taking your awareness to the sense of sight, keeping your eyes closed, and become aware of any light filtered through the eyelids. Be aware of any colors, any bright spots, and just observe and be the witness. Now moving down into the sense of smell. Can you detect any different smells around you? Maybe the candles burning in the room, or the incense. What other smells are present in your space? Just observe and be the witness. Now coming down into the space of your mouth for the sense of taste. Take your full focus into the flavors of the mouth. Being aware of the saliva in the mouth has a taste. Noticing any different tastes in different areas of the mouth. Just observe and be the witness. Now starting to become aware of the sounds, the sense of hearing. Become aware of the sounds, the sound of your breath. And drawing your awareness now to the sounds on the right side of your body. The sounds on the left side of your body. The sounds that are behind you. And the sounds that are in front of you. Now bring your awareness back to the sound of your breath. And fixing your whole attention to the flow and the sound of your breath. Now gently starting to take your awareness and focus on the sounds that are in the far distance. Without judging or analysing the sounds, just listening. Starting to bring your awareness back to the sounds within the room. Bringing your awareness now to the parts of the body that are in contact with the floor, how the body is feeling. And very softly, with your awareness, starting to move into your fingers. Maybe starting to rotate in the wrists. If you are laying down, starting to bend the knees. And taking your time to come up into a comfortable position for 3 Oms. The people who are sitting up are starting to move around the shoulders. Taking a slow, long, deep breath in, and if you need to, extend your legs. And when you come into the space of sitting up, placing your hands in front of your heart space. Turning the corners of the lips up to the night sky as you gently smile, thinking of happy thoughts, all the wonderful things you've created within your life. We'll chant 3 Oms together, slowly breathing it out, breathing in together. Taking your awareness and your hands up to the eyebrow center. May you live with peace in your thoughts. Hands down to the lips. May you live with peace in your words. Hands down to your heart space. May you live with peace in your heart. From my heart to your heart, namaste.